Welcome to Freedom's Nest. This is Bill Jones from Freedom's Nest. Another day at Freedom's Nest. This is your class war correspondent talking to you from the front lines in Illinois of the class warfare here in the United States. A little presentation today. If you're watching the video right now of this little clip, probably won't be too long. I normally do longer ones, but I'm going to do a little quick one today. That picture on there that you see is a memorial to veterans, and specifically it was dedicated and built in 1980. It was dedicated to the 8 servicemen who were killed in an attempt to get the hostages from the Iranians in 1980 as they were being held by the Iranian revolutionary terrorists. They were terrorists then, they're terrorists now. Now this memorial is in Palos Heights, Illinois. I live in Palos Township, Illinois. Palos Heights. The memorial is just 2 miles or so from where I live. And I got to thinking about it today early, and it just irritated the heck out of me that we would have a president coming up with an agreement, an accord, a treaty that he and the Secretary of State, Mr. Kerry, the anti-American medal thrower, Vietnam veteran. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I have no respect for the man myself, for obvious reasons. But here he is, here negotiating in the name of the United States with a country that we do not have diplomatic relations with. We have not had diplomatic relations formally since 1979, when an act of war was committed against the United States, violations of international diplomatic law, the seizure of American property, the seizure of American citizens held hostage for 444 days. We had, as I said, there was 8 deaths of American service personnel, 3 Marine, 5 Air Force, in an accident attempting an abortive attempt to release or free the hostages by military means. They were finally released by a brokered agreement in Algeria called the Algiers Accord. We ended up paying $50 million in gold. We ended up taking $50 million of gold that we had blocked here in American reserves that belonged to the Iranians. We seized everything in their country and held it. But they got $50 million in gold in the release of those hostages. Now, and there you go. We say we never negotiate with terrorists. We did then. And we're negotiating with terrorists now in an agreement. And let me get some paperwork out here. We'll do a little reading here. January 19th, 1981 is one day before Ronald Reagan was sworn into office. Wikipedia, I'm going by them. I'm relying on them for the accuracy, which I really don't like doing, but I'm going to do it anyway this time. Make an exception. Among the chief provisions are: the United States would not intervene politically or militarily in Iranian internal affairs. The U.S. would remove a freeze on Iranian assets and trade sanctions on Iran. Both countries would end litigation between their respective governments and citizens, referring them to the international arbitration, namely the Iran-United States Claims Tribunal. 4. The United States would ensure that U.S. court decisions regarding the transfer of any property of the former Shah would be independent from sovereign immunity principles and would be enforced. 5. The Iranian debts to the U.S. institutions would be paid. Wow. Look at all these provisions. All they did was release the hostages. That's what it sounds like, doesn't it? That was a one-way agreement back then. Now you're gonna make agreements and negotiate with these type of people? Now, Iran is a government that is an Islamic Republic, theocratic government. They are international terrorists. Is there any doubt in anybody's mind what they are? We now have a president who, again, violating his oath to faithfully execute the duties of his office, support the Constitution. He is in non-compliance with Article 6 of the Constitution of the United States. There is no treaty, no diplomatic treaty or any other treaty directly with Iran. There is no supreme law of the land to deal directly with Iran. They have been doing it indirectly, informally, through the Swiss government, and Iran through the Pakistani government. There should never have been a negotiation directly between the United States and Iran. No way. You have a direct collaboration with an international terrorist organization, country, whatever. They are violating the Constitution of the United States again, over and over and over again. And by the way, what has happened to that embassy that we have? Well, let me tell you, my fellow Americans, what has happened since 1981, since that agreement. The government of Iran, the Khomeini regime, since then, has actively used that building, and they have used it for terrorist organizing, etc., training. American taxpayer money and property is being used for international terrorism. We don't even get our building back. We don't even get diplomatic relations back. We don't even get our embassy back. And this joker has decided to cut a deal with them. It's a bad deal. It's an illegal deal, an unconstitutional deal. And I believe he's committing war crimes myself. He's collaborating with international terrorism. And with that, if you're not hearing me anywhere except my website, if you are, please go to my website. Please subscribe. Have over 100 videos and what have you. They're all free. Come and visit. And with that, good day.